Infections are a major cause of illness, often resulting in hospitalisation and even death for hundreds of thousands of people each year. The elderly are one of the most vulnerable at-risk groups, and everyone who works in residential or community settings should be reminded of the vital role they play in preventing the transmission of infection. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is designed to protect the wearer from infection and prevent the transmission of infection to other residents and clients. This can include single-use aprons or gowns, disposable gloves, protective eyewear, face shields or goggles, and face masks. It's an effective and essential measure for preventing the transmission of infection and protecting the people you care for. Always don and doff PPE in a dedicated area. There's a correct order for fitting your PPE. Ensure you are bare below the elbows, then start by performing hand hygiene, using an alcohol-based hand rub or washing with soap and water. Then, don your apron or gown. If you're fitting an apron, pull the apron on over your head, ensuring that your front is fully covered, and fasten the tie at the back. To fit a gown, put on the gown so that your front and arms are fully covered, with the opening at the back. Fasten the ties at the neck and at the back. Then, fit your face mask. There are a range of respirators and face masks available, depending on the task required. This may include a surgical face mask, N95 respirator, FFP2, or FFP3 face mask. Follow your organisational policies and procedures for choosing the appropriate mask. If wearing an N95 respirator, FFP2 or FFP3 mask, you must be trained in how to perform a fit check at the point of use. Conform the respirator to your face by pressing with your fingers across the bridge of the nose until it fits snugly. The fit check includes both positive and negative pressure seal checks and should be performed as per the specific manufacturer's instructions for the type of respirator. Check the positive pressure seal of the respirator by exhaling. If the seal is good, the respirator should bulge slightly when you exhale. If air escapes between your face and the respirator, you do not have a good facial seal. Readjust the respirator and repeat the fit check process. Check the negative pressure seal of the respirator by inhaling. The respirator should collapse slightly when you inhale. If the respirator is not drawn in towards the face or air leaks, you do not have a good facial seal. Readjust the respirator and repeat the fit check process. If you are unable to achieve a good facial seal, do not proceed with your clinical activity. If wearing a surgical mask, position the mask over your mouth and nose. Ensure that it fits tightly over your nose with no gaps. Depending on the type of mask, fasten the ties above and below your ears at the back of your head or loop the ties over your ears. Be sure to double check that the mask is fitted tightly around your nose and face. Then, fit your protective eyewear or goggles. Position them over your eyes and adjust the fit if necessary. If wearing a face shield, position it over your face and eyes and adjust the fit if necessary. Finally, fit your gloves. Extend the gloves to cover your wrists, pulling the gloves over the cuffs of your gown if possible. It's important to remove your PPE in the correct order so that you don't contaminate yourself during the process. Start by removing your gloves. Use one gloved hand to pinch and hold the outside of the glove of the other hand near the wrist area. Carefully peel the glove downwards away from the wrist, turning the glove inside out as you go. Remove the glove from your hand, holding it with the gloved hand. With your ungloved hand, slide your fingers under the wrist of the remaining glove. Do not touch the outer surface of the glove. Then, peel downwards away from the wrist. Again, turning the glove inside out and enclosing the other glove as you go. Remove the glove completely and immediately dispose of the gloves in an appropriate waste disposal bin. Then, perform hand hygiene. If your hands are visibly soiled or contaminated with body substances, wash hands with soap and water. In the absence of visible soiling, you can use an alcohol-based hand rub. Then, with clean hands, remove your gown. Untie or break the ties at the neck and back. Touching only the inside of the gown. Pull from the neck and shoulders, then arms, turning inside out as the gown is removed. Roll the gown into a bundle and discard in an appropriate waste disposal bin. Then, perform hand hygiene. If wearing an apron, remove by untying or breaking the ties at the neck and back. Touching only the inside of the apron, pull from the neck down, allowing the apron to fold down on itself, turning it inside out as the apron is removed. Fold or roll the apron into a bundle and discard in an appropriate waste disposal bin. Then, perform hand hygiene. Now, remove your protective eyewear or goggles, only touching the back or sides of the goggles, and dispose of them in an appropriate waste disposal bin. If wearing a face shield, only touch the back or sides of the headband to remove. Some goggles, face shields, and protective eyewear can be cleaned and disinfected for reuse. Refer to your organization's policies and procedures. Perform hand hygiene. Do not remove your face mask until you have left the person's room. Now, remove the face mask. With clean hands, untie or break ties at the back of your head. Remove the mask by only handling the ties, then discard it in an appropriate waste disposal bin. Finally, perform hand hygiene using an alcohol-based hand rub or washing with soap and water if your hands are visibly soiled.